Well, it doesn't appear that we will get to see many of the ones this evening. Patriots preseason game number 1. And joining us to talk about that and other things on the Harbor One hotline, it is the great Matt Light, former New England Patriot. Hello, Matt.
Man, and this Harbor One hotline is hot.
It really is.
Yeah, baby. Harbor One coming at you. What's happening, my brothers?
What's up? It's been a while.
It has been a while. It's been a kind of a wild summer here in the Light family, on the move, getting crazy. But I hear you guys are great. I miss you guys. Last time I saw you, you were getting your head shaved.
Yes, that is correct.
And yeah, it's been good, man.
So we talk a lot about it here. Your expectation for this upcoming season when it comes to the New England Patriots?
Yeah, well, I think like everyone, I'm excited to see what Billy OBrien brings to the table. And, you know, as a guy, I spent a lot of time with Billy, and I have a ton of respect for him and how he approaches the game. I think he does a great job communicating, you know, with all aspects of the offense, right? You know, quarterbacks for sure. I think he's going to do a great job, you know, just being able to be there and still, you know, the things that he thinks are most important with Mac and then the receivers, but also the line. I mean, I think he does a good job of, you know, just kind of let those guys know what the expectations are, how he wants to start a game, how he's calling the game. And I think there'll be a lot of comfort in that for everybody on the offense. So I'm excited to see that. I think the defense is going to, you know, I think they're going to be pretty good. I think that's going to be fun to watch as well. But altogether, man, there's a lot of question marks still.
When it comes to Billy OBrien and his reputation for being fiery at times, and then the narrative on Mac, which is that he doesn't react well to that, and you know makes all kinds of hand gestures which are offensive to Wiggy and to Shime. Do you think that'll be an issue for the two of them?
No, I honestly think I think it's the way that he does it, right? Like you don't second guess where Billy stands on things, right? He is going to let you know how he feels, what his expectations are, what he needs out of you. And there's comfort in that, right? I mean, I think there's sometimes guys get frustrated because they don't really know what the heck's going on. You know, they practice it one way, then things change, and then there's things that aren't communicated. And I'm not saying that's how things went last year entirely, but I know one thing, you know, Billy OBrien is going to walk into, you know, each meeting and he's going to have a set of expectations. He's going to work on it. And then, you know, when it comes game time, everybody's going to know, you know, what their role is.
Speaking of being yelled at, is it odd to you that you have players that are apparently complaining because Eric Bienemy cusses too much?
Yeah, I have noticed that the players in today's game are quite different than, well, let's just say when I entered the league in 2001, many decades ago, right? We did not have those concerns. I mean, I couldn't imagine sitting in a locker room and saying, gosh, man, you know, did he drop 5 F-bombs yesterday? That is appalling. And it's funny that you bring this up because I remember talking to some guys recently about how that is a conversation piece. Like, you know, coaches don't have to yell all the time. You know, like I don't respond well to when people yell at me. And I don't think that they understand all the time that some guys like, you know, that's just not going to be helpful. And it's like, well, it's not supposed to be helpful, man. He's pissed off and wants you to get, you know, your ass in gear and do your real work. I mean, I find it crazy that that's a conversation piece.
But Matt, if that is the conversation, how does Billy OBrien, who, you know, it's been a couple years that he's been in the NFL, how does he then maybe change or evolve a little bit of his coaching style if you hear guys like Ron Rivera, who's been in the NFL forever as a player and as a coach, talking about we might have to talk to these guys differently?
Yeah. No, and listen, when I say that, I don't think that you can approach the game the same today. I mean, I guess I'm thinking of a Wig the way we went through it. It's crazy to think that that's a talking point. But to your point, it is a lot of the culture today, right? There's a lot more sensitivity. There's a lot more emotions that you have to be aware of as a coach. And listen, I think the good coaching staffs, they look for people that they have, whether it's in a supporting role, like a player development guy, or someone who can identify how you need to speak to each one of these guys, because it's going to be different across the board. Some guys you can still dog cuss today, and they'll respond really well. Some guys need to have that. It's what fuels them. And then there's the other side of the equation. You don't want to take that approach with so-and-so because you're not going to get much, right?
Matt, it does feel like it's a make or break season for Mac Jones, and he doesn't have the built-in excuses he had of he's a rookie or he has to deal with Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. So looking at this upcoming season, how long of a leash does he have, and what would you consider to be a good season for him?
Yeah, I don't think that there's much of a leash when it comes to the fan base, right? I mean, it's just New England. It's the way it is. And I think there was, obviously coming off the rookie season, the excitement, the way he played, the way he led. And then it was just, it wasn't there last year. There's a lot of reasons. I mean, we don't want to go into all that, but I don't think there's much of a leash. I think if it doesn't start out well at the very beginning, there's going to be a lot of people questioning, should we make a switch? Is this guy going to be the right guy? So, I don't think he has any leeway with the fan base. And with the coaches, I think it's a different story. I mean, they know he's got, a lot of talent. He has the ability, but can they get it right? Can they get that mix, there? And a good season for him will be one where he goes out there and, I hate to say it, but he does his job. None of the antics that we saw on the sideline, stays composed with the guys around him as well, by the way, and lets them know that, hey, look, come hell or high water, I'm here, we're working hard. And I think that's going to be a win for him. If he can keep his composure and just show up every day, continue to work hard, and, put a good product out there.
Okay, so it sounds like me, you are on Mac Island. I have a spot for you with me on Mac Island.
Well, listen, I think we all want to see him do well, right? I mean, I'm tired of the controversy of quarterback. We had a guy that did it at the highest level for 20 years, and then we've had something else. And so, I want to see the guy do well, but if it's not going to work, this is the year that we're going to find that out.
Matt, you how many games left at left tackle? Because it doesn't look like the Patriots have one right now. What is going on with the offensive line? With basically it's Onwenu and Andrews and pray for rain.
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, I'll tell you one thing. I'll always feel good if David Andrews is healthy and he's out there playing. I mean, what he brings to the table, look, it's hard to measure. You're talking about a real leader, a guy who, has a lot of respect from everybody in that locker room. But, one guy can't do it on an offensive line. And, so it's the one thing that worries me. What I do like, okay, is that Adrian Clem is there. I like Clem. I played with Clem. He was drafted the year before I got there. I saw him overcome a lot of stuff. I know he loves the game. I know he's going to want to get it right every play. He's got to figure out, which one of these guys, A, are going to be healthy enough to be out there, and then B, who can fit in the best. And I can tell you this much, too. We went into a number of seasons with some serious question marks across our offensive line. And it is a position that you can develop throughout the season, right? If you don't have it perfect on day one when the season starts, you can develop that. So, I'm going to hold out hope until we get to maybe week 4 or 5, because that's when you know what you got.
Let me ask you about Curtis's lead, which was that if Bill does not have a successful season, and Curtis said that you can define that as they go 6-11, he thinks Bill ends up somewhere else next season.
Ooh, hot takes at the Harbor One.
Yeah, put on the
I think I have a hard time believing Bill Belichick A, gets fired ever. I think that's just an absurd thing to think about. And B, I mean, at this point in your career, do you want that challenge? Do you want to start all over? I mean, is he standing there with a fishbowl saying, "Who's coming with me? Who's coming?" I mean, what are we talking about? Like, I just can't see it.
Yeah.
But if it does happen, my God, the world, we're in trouble.
I know. Yeah.
Well, Matt, did you see Tom Brady winning a Super Bowl in another city?
I did. It was down in Tampa, right when he got there.
No, but we
But
asked.
no, I know I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't see that, and I've said this from day one. That's honestly one of the biggest mistakes in NFL history, right? That you let a guy who's been with you for 20 years, the face of the league, the most dynamic player to ever play the game, and he leaves your city and goes to another team and then wins a Super Bowl? What are we talking about? This is crazy.
Speaking of Tom, you're doing a raffle for the Tom Brady game to benefit your foundation.
We are, man. We, listen, everybody wants to be there. It's crazy. These raffles give somebody a chance for easy money. I mean, so we're doing the sweepstakes. CelebrateTB12.com. We've got hotel stay. We got dinner at Davio's. We've got the suite that you're going to be in. We got 2 grand prize packages. So it's going to be awesome. But the GOAT will swing by, and you're going to be able to meet Tommy, on his big day here at Gillette.
Wait a second. So you've spoken to him about this?
Well, listen, I just know where his travel patterns are. It's like this, they have it's almost like the motorcade route, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bad analogy. Okay, it's like they have a set path for him, and I know that I can strong arm the guys at the stadium that do security.
So
yes, he will be in the suite.
Okay, so if you win this raffle and it benefits the Light Foundation, you not only get to be there for it, but you get to meet Tom Brady when he comes in the suite. Now, what is your expectation? Because I'm worried that people are going to be disappointed by this. What is your expectation about what this looks like, this game? Is it like Tom Brady in the suite waving at everybody? Is there a video tribute? Is he running? Somebody suggested he's going to run out of the tunnel. Like what? What do you think is going to happen?
Oh, no, you want me to go into this, don't you? Listen, they built that new tower for a reason. Okay, Hillman?
Okay.
All right, I can see him coming off the top of that smoke-filled stadium.
Like a jetpack? Is he going to be in a jetpack or something?
Oh, please say yes.
Oh, I think so. It's more like a Batman thing, right? Like he's going to have these special wings that go out. I mean, he's got money. I mean, he can afford this kind of stuff.
So he's going to
And then he swoops down over the fans through the fog. You hear like a screeching sound. There's lights flashing off the new giant screens. I mean, it's going to be epic. Are you kidding me? This is the GOAT coming home.
Okay, all right. Well, then that to me is if you think it's going to be legit, then I feel better about it.
It's like a Super Bowl performance. He
That's
pops
right,
up the top of the
That'd be like
jumbotron.
Lady Gaga that year,
Yeah.
where she floated out of the stadium through
Super
the
Bowl
roof.
51. Pretty good second half.
Curtis, how many raffle entries have you bought from
There
Matt
is
Lights?
infinity. I just hit the limit on 3 credit cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Hey,
should
listen, I can still remember, and maybe Wiggs, maybe you can remember this one too, but we had won a Super Bowl the following season. You have the big opening game, right? And I remember I walk out, and I think we were getting ready to go practice, and they had this giant inflatable helmet, and they had Ozzy Osbourne trying to figure out how to stand in it as he's going to practice some of his singing.
Uh-huh.
And I remember thinking, like, this is going to be crazy. And that pales in comparison to what they do now. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens when he's here overall. I really think that, it's kind of awkward in a way, but it's the awesome awkward that's going to captivate, I think, everyone.
Well, now you have me thinking. Because how long have you and I known each other? 20 years?
Oh, yeah.
Have I been good to you over those 20 years?
You're damn right you have.
I would like one thing and one thing only from you. And that is, I would like my guy, Chris Curtis,
Oh, don't.
to meet Tom Brady at that game. That would be,
Wow.
he had a child, and this would be a bigger moment from him.
I just might faint right now.
Will you do that for me?
Curtis.
I will get him into the game.
Yeah, yep.
I want
Yep. we're gonna make this happen, and then
Wow.
I just need to know though. I just need to know, like, can I just count on you to not like leave him like a handwritten letter? Like, just don't embarrass me.
Oh, well,
You
I
know
had
what
an
I'm saying?
idea,
Like,
Matt.
listen. Okay.
I had an idea. Did you watch The Office by chance?
Of course, yeah. I'm an American.
Okay, so I remember the teapot where Jim left a note for Pam during the Secret Santa. I was going to do something like that and just put it in his back pocket.
All right.
And just tell him all the ways he's helped me.
That's exactly what I was talking about. I don't want that to happen. Okay.
Good. Won't happen.
All right. So I have your word for my guy, Curtis, that you will find a way to introduce him to Tom, quick handshake or whatever, and boom, we're in business.
I am more than happy to do so. It's You know what? It's the least I could do.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Matt, you're a great American.
That's,
All right.
that's really good.
Curtis, that's a dream realized right there.
I can't tell you, Greg. You know what? I would like to apologize. I'm going to have Subway for the rest of my life just to make this right.
All right. So
Hey,
how
you
do
know what? But Greg, here's what you have to do for me, okay?
Okay, yes.
So I'm going to take care of one of your guys, and I need one of your guys to take care of some of my guys.
Okay.
So Wiggins as the man, you know, the head coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking Brockton Bulldogs, right? Bulldogs.
Boxers.
That's what I said.
Yep.
And I've got 3 young men in our program for the Light Foundation. These guys are unbelievable. So I just want to know that they're all starting week 1. You just take care of my boys, okay? You know who my boys are.
Okay.
Wiggs.
Yeah.
All right, Wiggy.
I know exactly
Will you
who
do
they are.
that as a part of this whole thing?
Well, they're good.
Okay.
They are good.
Wiggy, can you just keep this up through week
Yes.
1? After
They
that,
are-
you can
yes.
do whatever you want.
They are good.
Okay.
Jared Mighty being one of them is a really young, good player. And listen, the Matt Light Foundation, where'd they go? I think you guys took them to Wyoming, right?
We were in Ohio.
Ohio?
There's an ing on the end of that.
Yeah.
All right.
There's an ing on the end
Oh,
of
sorry.
the
My favorite segment of all time.
I don't remember.
Wyoming.
All right. Well, no, I think they did some stuff, some really good
It's a
stuff.
state.
I know where Ohio is.
Yeah, Wyoming's or Ohio's. We got him, and you're right though. So Mighty is a great young player. He's going to be good for you. But all 3 of our guys, man,
Right.
you know, Milton, you know, we love those guys.
Right.
We've gotten to know them, but they're excited, man. I will tell you, they're excited. They asked me, you know, about you quite a bit. You know, it's intimidating when you're a young person, like you're in high school and you have a new coach coming in. You love playing the game. You want to get after it. But Gathan, you know, Milton, Jared, those guys are awesome. I'm excited for you, man. I really am. And just wanted to throw that out there. You don't have to start them. They're going to earn their way.
Oh,
We
yeah.
always talk about that anyway.
And also, what? Just a prediction from you. What percentage of the people in the suite that night will think the Curtis visit is a sick adult charity thing?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you could just wear that MakeAWish shirt, I'd appreciate it. Make my life a little easier getting you in there.
All right. Well, this is awesome. So how does one go and get a raffle ticket right now?
CelebrateTB12.com. It's look, these things do an awesome job, you know, raising money for the work we do, man. I know you have a sweepstakes going on as well.
Well, mine sucks
I hope
now. I
everybody
mean,
jumps in on
I
it.
just have tickets. I don't have a Tom Brady jersey and a meeting with Tom Brady, but yes, we have a raffle going on too. So get into both of them.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. And listen, let's get after it. You know, down the road here as these guys start, you know, making their way. Let's hop on a call and discuss this awesomeness on the Harbor One hotline.
Yes, sir. Will we see you tonight? Are you going tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna make it tonight, man. We're, you know, life family. We got a lot of things happening. You know, crazy. It's chaos here in Foxborough.
You need one of those sideline NFL jobs like Max Lane has, where you find
uniform
guys.
guy.
I'll be the give back coach.
Well, everybody needs one of those. We're actually looking for one of those in Brockton.
You are? Oh,
Yeah, Matt, come out, be the get back guy.
He could be the get back.
Sign me
guy
up,
in Brockton.
baby.
Yeah. All right, Matt Light, you're the best. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. See you.
All right, Curtis.
Wow,
Uh-oh.
Curtis.
Dream realized.
This is,
Have you ever met Brady before?
No.
never. He used to call in, but not in person.
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
wow.
He
Do you
always
think you'll
said how to-
cry?
I'm crying right now just thinking about it.
I think he's going to be starstruck.
Yeah.
Like,
You mean Tom? I think he will be too.